Hi, Algebra 2A students. Welcome back. We are now on Project 1, Lesson 4. And while there's only 4 questions here, they're kind of drawn out. So we're going to try and move as quickly as we can through here. On some of the farms throughout the kingdom, there are pens in which different animals are kept. The prince and princess have determined that Peggy the pig must have escaped from one of them, and they ask the royal farmer to take a look at them all. The royal farmer of the kingdom analyzes the perimeter and the areas of the pens. He needs your help. Okay, first question. A rectangular pen in which chickens and roosters are kept has a width that is represented by the polynomial given here, okay, and a length represented by this polynomial. Remember that the perimeter of a rectangle can be found using the formula, basically P equals 2 times length plus width, okay, or you could do it 2L plus 2W, whichever is more convenient for you. So I think what I would like to do is combine the polynomials and then multiply by 2. So if we combine the polynomials, okay, we only have x to the 4th, so L plus W. Okay, and that is, we only have one x to the 4th value. And we have 12x cubed, so plus 12. X cubed. X squared, we have a negative x squared and a plus 3, so a plus 2x squared. Sorry, this is x to the 4th. And then our x values, we only have a a minus 2x. Let me rewrite that. Okay, and we have 15 minus 5, which is plus 10. All right, so now the easy thing to do here is to multiply this all by 2. And we end up with 2x to the 4th plus 24x cubed plus 4x squared minus 4x plus 20. So that wasn't too terribly long and drawn out, but it's definitely faster to do it that way than to multiply each of these by 2 and then add them up. So our answer would look like that. Okay. Okay, so now we need to do some multiplication. And this just definitely takes a little bit longer. So we're going to use the same polynomials, and we are going to multiply them together for the area of a pen, length times width. One of the things that I want to do here is narrow down choices. This is always a good technique for multiple choice. I know I'm going to go ahead and write these couple polynomials out. I've got x cubed minus 2x plus 3x squared plus 15, okay? And then I have x 4th minus x squared plus 11x cubed minus 5, okay? So I can eliminate a couple of these right off the bat because x cubed times x to the 4th is going to be my biggest term. And remember, when we multiply exponents that have the same base, we can add those exponents. So we're going to have an x to the 7th term here, okay? Which means that I can eliminate anything that is not x to the 7th, okay? Those two, x to the 12th means that they multiplied those exponents, and that's not how we do multiplication with exponents of the same base. So I know it's got to be one of these two, and then I'm just going to work through every step. I'm going to use the distributive property to figure this out. So I'm going to multiply first x cubed all the way through. So I did my first term, x cubed times x to the 4th is x to the 7th. X cubed times negative x squared is a negative x to the 5th. X cubed times 11x cubed is 11x to the 6th. Okay, x cubed times a negative 5 is a negative 5x cubed. Next, I've got negative 2x times every quantity, so negative 2x to the 5th plus 2x cubed. Negative 2x times 11x cubed is a negative 22x to the 4th, and plus 10x. Okay. Next one is going to be my 3x squared times every quantity. So that's going to be plus 3x to the 6th minus 3x to the 4th plus 33x to the 5th and negative 15x squared. Okay. Then the last one is 15 times every quantity plus 15x to the 4th minus 15x squared. 15 times 11 is 165 plus 165x cubed and minus 75. Okay, so now I don't have to combine all of these. I can just go through to see which of these match. So they both have x to the 7th. They both have 14x to the 6th. So I'm going to assume those are right. The first difference here is 30x to the 5th or 36x to the 5th. So let's see what we've got for x to the 5th values. Okay, so the first one that I see is a negative x to the 5th, and the next one I see is a negative 2x to the 5th, and finally I see a positive 33x to the 5th. So I've got 33x to the 5th minus x to the 5th minus 2x to the 5th, and if I do that math, I get a positive 30x to the 5th. So I can surmise that this is going to be my correct answer, and I don't have to combine the rest of them. So just some little multiple choice tricks for you there. Okay. All right, last but not least is we have a rectangular shaped pen in which horses are kept. Has a width that is represented by the polynomial given here. And the perimeter is given here, okay? So if we know perimeter and we know width, we can use this formula, 1/2 of the perimeter equals L plus W. So my first job here is going to be to divide that perimeter by 2, okay? So when I do that, I'm going to get P over 2 equals 5/2 x squared plus 2x to the 6th plus 3x to the 4th minus 1/2 x and plus 1. So all I did there was just divide each of those by 2 and simplify. Okay? Now, if that equals L plus W, then I should be able to subtract W from both sides to get my L value. Okay, so if this is W, then I need to subtract each of these quantities. So I am going to say minus the quantity negative 2x squared minus 3x to the 4th plus 5x to the 5th minus 6x plus 2. And I'm going to subtract all that from my P over 2 value. Okay, when I do that, it's actually going to look like, I'm going to rewrite this actually in order so that I've got 2x to the 6th plus 3x to the 4th plus 5/2 x squared minus 1/2 x plus 1. And now I'm going to distribute that negative sign through, so I'm going to also rewrite this in order. So this will be minus 5x to the 5th. My next value will be plus 3x to the 4th plus 2x squared plus 6x and minus 2. So combining like terms, there's only one x to the 6th, 2x to the 6th. There's only one x to the 5th, minus 5x to the 5th. There are 6x to the 4th plus 6x to the 4th. There are no x cubed, so we can leave that out. 5 halves x squared plus 2x squared. Well, 2 is the same as 4 halves. So 5 halves plus 4 halves is 9 halves x squared. And 2x squared minus 1/2 squared is oh, sorry, not 2. 6 minus 1/2 x, sorry, is 5.5, which is the same as 11 halves x. And then I've got negative 2 plus 1 is a minus 1. Whew! So there is where the work came in there. Thank you for your patience. And that answer ends up being minus 1, the first one here. Okay. So the very last question on this project, pardon the dog barking in the background if you can hear it. The very last answer here just asks you to describe all the steps associated there. Since I just walked you through it, I am totally fine with you just typing in here that you watched the project videos. Okay, so thank you again for your time, and I will see you back here for lesson 5 with project 1. Thank you.